factor actually.
very hard jungler to fight against. Sorry.
But anyways, the Sylas and the Braum, just two really strong meta picks, can ban right off the bat. The Morgana as well. You've seen throughout the series that the Morgana just has so much impact because of that Black
Indeed,
Shield.
it's because of that Soul Shackle, the Dark Binding, and also that shield.
Yeah, the Black Shield just negates any form of crowd control. Absolutely a bad thing to go up against. And of course, CPU rounds up their last ban with the Fiddlesticks, so really focusing on the support right now, like banning off a lot right now. That with the J4 Bandit actually leaves up open so many power picks right now. Akali's open, Rise.
You can see right now they're picking up the Nautilus right now.
Yeah, even Galio's open and Akali, Rise, Jace. Across the board, this is gonna be quite explosive since both teams have so many strong picks. And I also want to point out, Pox is known as probably one of the best Vladimir players in Iloilo. That is his one trick. He got his name because of that champion. It's up. They have to take it away. If this guy takes it, it's gonna be a nightmare for JBL.
I agree. But now we are seeing Kled. Remember that time when Kled was just a powerhouse on the top lane?
Exactly. And Kled also has really strong matchups. Like, he has so much strong base damage on the earlier stages of the game that he bully balls most of these matchups.
But now we're seeing a scary jungler.
Oh my goodness, Nocturne and Galio is still open. If they could get a Nocturne Galio combination, that would be absolutely
good wombo combo.
Devastating. With the lock-in on the Nautilus, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna pick up the Galio, so this is guaranteed for JBL to get that wombo combo in the later on. Just all in, they even have the Kled as a delivery system for the Galio as well.
I agree.
So multiple delivery systems for a Galio if they do decide to pick that up. But hold that thought, we do have
Oh, there you go! An auto lock on the Vladimir.
I'm sorry for being so hyped about this, guys, but Pops is just an absolutely monster on this pick. This guy is the playmaker of CPU when he gets this Vladimir. And they also have the Hecarim, one of the meta picks right now. So Sylas, the Vladimir, just absolutely playmaker material for Pops, and he just goes 1v5 when he gets this pick. So I do hope that Griffons knows what they're doing, because
they just gave him his best champion.
And they picked the Zoe. Not following it up with the Galio is pretty unfortunate, if you ask me, by focusing on the Zoe, because Zoe plays well against Vladimir. I guess that's the point of this, so that you were scared it might be
no, unfortunately
banned on the next game. But I guess they prioritized the countering of Zoe to Vladimir, to getting the wombo combo with the Galio pick. So it's more of a counter-oriented instead of the yeah, it's more of the counter-oriented on the team style, not on the lane style.
And we see that, as like you said, unfortunately they did not get the Galio, so it already gets banned. I think CPU already knows that if they do not ban this, we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they banned it at this stage in the game. CPU is having a really good time with their drafts right now. I mean, I love the draft from Griffons right now until they pick their Zoe. I do think that it would have been better if they got the Galio. But either way, still pretty safe. They have a lot of poke, a lot of engagement. It's not really that bad at all. And they do ban the Kaisa for CPU, so that negates one of the strongest ADCs. So Lucian's probably the last option right over here at this point for the side of the CPU Golden Lions. But they are opting to pick the Draven, which absolutely dumpsters Ezreal in the laning phase because of the amount of damage that
I agree.
he has. But of course, Lucian, of course, best ADC right now. Just being locked in for aggression, just absolute aggression on the bottom side. And we're waiting for the last pick here. AIM is probably planning something up big for the top lane, because I'm pretty sure this Nautilus is going support.
Indeed, I agree. Like, oh, and now we're gonna have a Jax top
Yeah,
lane?
so CPU Golden Lions has a really good team composition that sets up the split push pretty well. Vladimir can split push well, considering his matchups are against Kled and Zoe. What can you do against Vladimir with that? And of course, Jax is just a split push god. No one can face this champion late game. So JBL has to work ahead of them. It's actually poke versus split push team fighting.
Yeah, I agree.
Team composition.
Now we get the JBL, their support are just gonna be the Taric. Really nice tanky Taric. Also very good ultimate. Probably they're gonna go for that as well.
And also the Taric is a good counter into Vladimir, because when you use the Hemoplague, you just have to time your ultimate with the Hemoplague's burst, and it negates so much damage from the Vladimir as well. So it's a good choice in theory, but
We'll see.
we'll
We'll
see, we'll
see.
see. And I want to point out that um, there's just so much aggression on the side of
CPU.
Spiegel Little Lion's bottom side of the map. I mean, Nautilus, once he gets these hooks landed, Lucian just out damages Ezreal
I
so
agree.
much.
I agree.
So we'll see how this is gonna work out. But Expedition is gonna be the key factor here. I'm pretty sure. I've seen this guy play, and he only plays carry champions on the top side. He doesn't play tanks, and his mechanics is on par with probably one of the best top laners in Elo, being Marshmallow from Brand Esports and Arisen from St. Robert's. So I'm pretty sure this guy is just gonna be one of their carries alongside Pops. So we'll be loading into the Rift, and of course this is our anticipated match of the day. Right, and we're in on our game 1 of this best of 3 series between CPU Golden Lions and JBL Griffins. So right now we're just getting standard starts for both these teams. And of course I'd love to see a little bit of action right now, but I'm pretty sure that's not on the table for both these teams just yet. Just placing as much information as possible and avoiding any unnecessary trades right now, because this is the first game of the series. You're gonna feel each other out, and of course if you lose the first game just because of a small blunder to start the game off, that's gonna be quite heavy on your mental as the series progresses. So right now it's just slow play for both these teams.
One of my most favorite skins of all, the Bloodlord.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. But this one's my favorite skin actually. Is the one that CPU Regression's using right now.
The High Noon.
High Noon Lucian is just so cool. It's so flashy as well. Oh, expensive skins though. Yeah,
very expensive.
Very expensive.
Very expensive skins.
Man, we promote League of Legends skins, everybody. Buy. Don't worry about saving money. Buy skins, okay? So, yes.
Skins is skills.
Yeah, skins improve skills. But anyways, regular starts for both these teams. There are double wards on the bottom quadrant. That's going to spot the Hecarim on the earlier stages of this game. So Nocturne does have good information on how this tactic is going to go towards him, since he's not over there. Anyways, what's going to happen is Hecarim's going to start off with his scrubs into his red buff and onto his scrubs. This is actually the natural jungle pattern now for champions that use the Hunter's Talisman. The Hunter's Talisman has a burn damage. That's a good trade there. Hunter's Talisman deals heals more the more targets it actually burns. So in theory, it actually works well when it comes to sustain when you're going up against camps that has multiple entities like Krugs and of course the Raptor camp.
I see.
That's very and of course multiple entity camps also give the most XP. So it also catapults you into a lead to getting to level 3 first. Whereas champions like Nocturne, who only uses Hunter's Machete for sustain and of course for clearing these farm, are really gonna get delayed when it comes to XP. So there's definitely an advantage for Talisman champions in this meta right now. Also, considering the changing of the spawning of the what do you call this? See, small trades from the top actually. Of the Rift Scuttler, that also gives an opportunity for the double scuttle for these Talisman champions, because they do have level 3 first, so they will win these trades if they do meet up in the ring.
I agree.
But right now, a flash from the Fred right there. Burn, and now Joey's trying to chase Expedition, but he can run over
by the Hecarim!
Absolutely
crazy! He was just ran over by that raging horse.
Roadkill, my friend. Roadkill. My goodness, Denso absolutely runs him over like a truck.
He
right
did it.
Poor Yordle. Yordles are tiny animal. That's animal abuse. But Boss is actually going here on the bottom side of the map. They missed the the stun from the Taric, but now it's actually being changed by CPU Regression. He's gonna try to make the plays as we see a bit of frame drops, but Bosk actually gets taken down to nearly 0 HP, but he gets saved by the heals of the Taric, and the flash as well has been extended. No flashes burned for the side of Regression, and
a stun coming from
right
the
here.
Taric.
But right now a stun connects right over there, and also Answell. Anyways, small plays on across the map as there's a trader in the middle lane. Pops actually gets caught.
That was actually a
using
really
the pool
good
to save himself, but Zoe's still on the chase. The Flash Ignite has been casted, and here comes the damage. But where are you gonna go, Zoe? Here comes Denzo trying to get the return kill, but Zoe with her passive has so much speed, but she gets taken down by this Hecarim. That's 2-0 right now. And so much pressure is on the side of the opposing jungler. And now there's also a stun right over here. Good trades on the bottom side.
Crazy plays coming from this Hecarim right now. I mean, he's always in this perfect spot to get a kill.
This is what I've been saying, that there's just so much tempo advantage for champions that picks the Hunter's Talisman first, because they clear so fast and get experience faster than the opposing junglers who do not use Hunter's Talisman. It's just the pathing that's making the difference between these two with how successful their guys are going. But either way,
but we cannot still we cannot cross out this Nocturne. I mean, once this guy hits level 6,
it's gonna be quite the nightmare. Like, Paranoia is just one of the best game changers in the game. It's if you don't know where your opponents are, it just creates this fear onto the back of the minds of the players, and it's just a mental warfare at that point.
I agree.
But anyways, Griffin's Broken actually got the first kill onto Pops. But of course, Vladimir is a scaling champion. He needs 40 CDR, 45% CDR in order to be really good. As Denzo actually goes to mid lane knowing that there's no flash, and so much damage from Pop.
Goodbye.
And Denzo taking down Griffin's Broken Zoe. And that is 1-1 for both these mid laners.
Ooh, you do not want to get this Vladimir the upper hand.
Yeah, exactly, because Pops has been known as one of the best Vladimir players in Iloilo. This is where he got his name from, and I'm pretty sure this is where he's gonna make the plays, as AIM actually misses the dredge line over there, so he just casually backs off on that. Anyways, there's a good positioning right now for the side of Griffins here on the bottom side of the map. As all that talk, there's actually on the bottom side, and now Denzo is actually going towards the bottom side, as
we see the Hecarim
going all the way in.
Whoa!
There goes the onslaught of shadows, and he nearly takes down. There goes the follow-up damage from regression, just not enough to take down this Taric.
That was
very well played.
Good microwing skills from this Hecarim, like crazy.
Exactly. He uses simple as leverage in order to return to aim. I mean to map as hold that thought. There's another fight here on the bottom side of the map. The bubble actually lands onto aim, and he's trying his damnness to get out of this lane. And now he's trying to survive, but actually Boss is way too far ahead. What is going on? He's actually getting focused on by Regression, and Regression changing his target right now, taking this.
And now Vladimir comes into the fray.
Exactly, and now Vlad is just gonna clean up house. Griffins are in a tough spot. Denzo just absolutely finishing up everybody, and Regression as well.
Oh, clap. That was insane. 2 kills. What was that, 4?
Yeah, that was, I think, 4. And now Griffins are just in a bad position right now. They're on the back foot. And it's all thanks to how well Denzo is playing the tempo advantage right now. He got to higher levels first, and he made the plays earlier as well.
I agree.
And now he's just absolutely running everybody down like a bus, man. Amazing plays from Denzo.
Also recommend that kiting skills of that Lucian. It was insane.
AIM actually prolonged it long enough thanks to the aftershock. They were able to prolong it long enough, and they were able to wait for their team to get into position and just change the landscape of how that could have been a tragedy for them, to be honest. So at this point in the game, it's just simple what Griffins need to do. Just slow it down.
But
there's actually
unfortunately
the ultimate from the Nocturne, the flash from the Jax to try to go out, and the ultimate charge says Fled, and he secures the kill onto Expedition.
But unfortunately, we see
Hecarim again! You, baby! We're gonna get our 4th kill on
this Hecarim is everywhere
on the map, but he's actually being turned. The tables are being turned. He uses the onslaught of shadows to get away, but he gets pulled back in, and that's 600 gold for this Fled. Now he's gonna try to get back in this game. Amazing plays across the map.
Would have been a good backup from Hecarim, but unfortunately the damage of this Kled is just so much.
That was actually good when he took down the Nocturne, but he should have backed up at that point because Kled was about to mount up. You know how much damage Kled can deal in the earlier stages of the game, right? So anyways, looks like we're having different build for Hecarim actually, where he's not finishing off his enhancement first. Instead, he's opting to finish his Yomu's Ghostblade for even more speed when it comes to bursting down.
He is speed. He will be speed.
Yeah. And actually, that was a good try there.
Almost a steal. A good steal.
Hecarim Jax right now is on the rip. As you can see, it's just slow plays from at this point, but it's a 3,000 gold lead. It's not insurmountable, but it is getting quite dangerous if this skips up, because at this point in the game, the amount of pressure building up now, as Vladimir is starting to get these items up to 30% CDR at this point in time, once he gets to level 9.
Ooh, I agree. This is where Vladimir will really shine. It's mid-game to late game.
Exactly. And I'm waiting for the 20-minute mark. That is when he's probably going to be at his strongest. But right
Just
now,
see Hikarim just taking out these vision.
yeah, but he's in a very bad spot right now. But he does have the mobility to get out of this. And yes,
he's not gonna get caught.
This course, he's just trying to get out of here. But here comes the chain CC.
Oh, but
Can't get out of that.
unfortunately,
yeah, CC from everywhere. That was just a very bad
you
position.
might be really fast, bro, but you cannot wake up from that.
Yeah, and here comes the Infernal Drake. They're gonna try. CP is gonna try, actually, to get this turret. Oh my goodness, the damage from Broken right there, just absolutely shredding the HP of Regression. And now they're not in the position to contest this dragon. Or are they? Pops is not backing up. Actually, this Smite comes in and steals it. Oh, but the ultimate was a bit too early for that Taric. And now it's just all-out blood war on the bottom side of the map. And
Vladimir is just
clearing up house. It's 1v1 between these two, but it's Regression who goes down actually to Broken. That is the shutdown, but there is nowhere to go. Broken Denzo clears up house, and of course that goes 2 for 1 actually, but they do get the Infernal Drake, so it's an equal trade for both sides. And now there's also another trade here on the top side of the map. The stun has been actually connected, and Joey goes down to Expedition. Nice play. And of course, that was just multiple angles in the map.
Crazy plays right there. I mean, they did get that Infernal Drake when Taric popped that ult early on, so that it gave Vladimir the chance to pop also his Hemo Plague.
And I also want to point out that, of course, we do see it's always the amount of sustain that Hikarim has with the Conquer and the W. But on this game, Denzo is not playing the meta style. He's going back to the traditional Hikarim with the Predator Hikarim and just using it to burst down his enemies. It's giving his team more of a tempo lead and an advantage on the earlier stages of the game, but that is gonna fall off though. I'm letting people know now that the Conqueror has more sustain, which means more tankier and more longer stays on team fights on the later stages of the game. Whereas Predator is just more of bursting and controlling the earlier stages of the game, thanks to the Lethality Burst and the Predator Burst. Because right now, Hekarim's actually building this, hold that thought, there's actually a fight here on the bottom side of the map. Here comes the True Shot Barrage, and a snipe from Simple, taking down Regression, and there goes the kill from Broken. Good plays from these guys. And now another trade here on the top side as well. Joey using Charge onto
but unfortunately,
but Expedition
it's not
is just unbelievably strong right now with his Triforce, and that is 1 for 1. But now they're gonna get a bunch of what do you call this? Platings on the bottom side of the map. That's 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4. It's about to fall in like 30 seconds. If they could get this, it's just 5 platings. That's around 500 gold, extra gold to their pocket. So good macro play overall, but Expedition is looking really scary at this point.
I agree. They really need to make a play and stop it.
Boy, here comes Pops and Denzo going to the bottom side of the map. The onslaught of shadows going in, spearing everybody. CC and
Pop down, you're dead.
Destroying everybody. The Hemo Plague absolutely crushes Simple.
There's no escaping that Hemo Plague, I swear. You get hit by that and by this Vladimir.
Oh, here comes Expedition once again trying to make the trade. And here comes Broken as well. Trying to
got hooked.
Save this turret as much as he can. The calling has been casted, but it's not enough to take down boss, is it? As the angle wasn't on the right position. But a return on the turret here on the bottom side of the map. Instead of losing CPU losing a turret, it's actually Griffins who lost their turret.
I agree.
So
it's crazy this happening, this backstop, and he still just goes again, but unfortunately he doesn't have enough mana anymore to keep the pressure on this Kled.
As I've been saying, Expedition has one of the best mechanics. This Korean player from CPU is just a very mechanically gifted player. He is on par with one of two of Ileo's best top laners. But of course, we get this. It's a Kled and Jax matchup. It's a counter pick for the Jax So he does have a little bit of an advantage, but we'll see soon enough how well he could carry his team with these mechanics.
We'll see. Because as we can see, he is currently have the upper hand on the Kled though.
Exactly. With the Triforce, he's now slowly building towards the Shojin. And of course, with the Spear of Shojin, he's just gonna have unlimited counter strikes because every attack lowers the cooldown of his basic abilities. That's just insane. Imagine how many times he could use counter strike when he pops his ultimate. You can't auto attack the guy. That's insane. And of course, the Rift Herald right now is about to go down. Right over here for the side of CPU. CPU really having a personal vendetta onto JBL. They really want redemption after losing to them last time. And making the better plays. Faster plays.
I agree.
Oh, but flashing in, knowing there is no essence shift right now. No flash as well from the Ezreal.
Oh, but
he
unfortunately,
tries to go out.
missed.
Here comes the ultimate from Boss as he tries to take down Pop. The fear has been placed, but Pop is still trying to make the damage happen. He uses the transfusion, but he goes down. That was 3 versus 2.
But the Hecarim.
And here comes the Hecarim, so much speed. Oh my goodness. Right? Hecarim McQueen, my friend.
Kurt Chow.
Good chow. But anyways, let's slow down. Oh boy, Expedition actually right over here trying to bait him out.
I swear he's just bullying. Oh, but a big team fight coming here. All-Star of Shadows.
All-Star of Shadows being used on the backline, and now it's just absolute domination as they take down the Infernal Drake. They take down the top laner, and they take down 2 kills as well. Absolute domination from
destroying
Golden Lions.
Griffins right now and putting them in a very tight spot. They got the dragon, and now they're gonna spawn the Rift Herald.
Yeah, Shelly right now going to take down this turret. Probably gonna take 2 turrets off of this since 4 people are actually down. This could possibly be even the inhibitor? Possibly. I mean, it's just simple. No, excuse me for that. I guess it's just 2 turrets for now, but that's so much a tempo advantage for the side of JBL.
They got this main objective right now, that pushing and gaining map control.
And another push by Shelly that takes the turret to half HP as well. Getting absolutely insane value off of Shelly there. CPU Golden Lions poised to win game right now, but it's not over yet until that inhibitor Nexus goes down. But right now, with the Vladimir getting to 40% CDR, and of course, Jax almost finishing the Spear of Sojin. Absolutely scary stuff right now.
Scary indeed. We're approaching mid game right now, and we're seeing how powerful this Jax is gonna be. Also the Vladimir.
Exactly, and Korean Overlord's just carrying CPU right now with this Jax Expedition, the Korean player, just flexing his muscles, showing these unbelievable mechanics. But I do want to commend Pops as well. Just he was kind of camped, to be honest, on the middle lane, but he was able to build up enough CDR at this point that he could just 1v2 at this point. Right now, he's gonna be unstoppable on the side lanes.
No
Look
vision.
at how dark that vision is on the map right now.
Kled, you are in a very, very bad spot right now.
Boy. Yeah, as he tries to back off. But right now, it just goes to show with the amount of vision that CPU is denied, it means that they have just a massive lead against JBL right now. So I think it goes back to the drawing boards right now for JBL.
He just
actually Expedition's gonna try to go for 2v1 right here with the bottom laner.
Oh, he's just really out for blood.
He can't do damage at this point for that's like 2 seconds, but he's still gonna fight off of this.
That is crazy.
He's just absolutely dominating these 2v1 on the side lane. Expedition, you monster. And the Paranoia was used on the top side of the map, so not much use from that. And it's 4 people top side to 1 guy on bot side. There's so much pressure on the sidelines right now. Crazy
indeed. Even though Tarek popped his ult, they just really can't keep up with that multiple counter attack.
Yeah, they have 3 seconds of invulnerability and they still can't take down that Jax thanks to the Spear of Sojin, man. Amazing plays by Expedition. Trying to take as much of these.
Do not go near me.
Wow. Fancy feet right over there. Amazing mechanics. And he gets out alive as well. So, CPU poised to look absolutely stronger and stronger as this game progresses.
I agree. I agree. We really see that CPU Golden Lions are just pushing, shoving John B. Laxon back.
To the very limit, of course. And right now, it's just absolutely looking grim for them. It's not over yet. It's just, I mean, an 8,000 gold lead, we've seen worse, right? Like, we've seen 12,000 gold leads in the past game. I think that was AEX. I mean, yeah, that was IUI. It was like 14 minutes with a 12k gold lead. This is not insurmountable. This is still... they could still come back from this, but...
I agree, but...
considering Jax and Vladimir, two hyper-scaling champions, how do you come back from this, though?
They really
late
have
game,
to
sure.
make a good play right now.
They need
especially
miracles
right now.
like absolute miracles on this. And CPU prepping up the Baron at this point. They do not spot that ward though on the very side of the Baron pit right over there, so they know. John B. Laxon knows this is about to. That CPU is not starting this. Yeah, there is that small ward right over there that they just passed through. So now they know that this is starting, and now they know where and when to go in, but they don't have
Oh, we're
anything
gonna
with it.
see a big fight right now.
This is gonna be a big fight. It's 5v5. Let's see how...
And the Jax goes in!
Expedition actually tries to go in, and here comes all the onslaught! Is just absolutely devastating the Rex, but it's actually Denzel who just tries to slow them down as he gets taken out, and now they feel
no.
off of this. It's actually John B. Laxon changing the sides of this fight. Expedition is still alive though, so everybody feels off of this, and Baron isn't secured by anybody. There goes the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, but no follow-up on that. And both teams just back off, content with losing both players. Absolutely good place for both sides.
I agree. Ooh, I thought that was a big matchup, especially because of the
good
Hecarim
control
going
for both
in.
sides,
Yep.
like chunking each other out and knowing that it's just gonna deal more damage for both sides if they force
just
it.
back
So they
off.
just back off. But CPU with a higher HP lead, they both use the Mountain Drake, and yes, they secure an advantage still. Yeah. So yeah, the gold lead is definitely a big factor out of this.
We just see how powerful this Jax is becoming. It's really scary.
Exactly.
They have to make a move like right here, right now.
Yeah, because the longer this game goes, the more that they're gonna have a hard time facing these split pushers, and the pressure is just gonna be on at that point. Because Vladimir looking like a god right now. He's gonna recall, and look, I'm pretty sure he's gonna finish his Morello, or he's gonna finish something else with CR on his build. Yeah, he actually finished the Zonias, so now he's got even more time to stay alive during these team fights. Absolutely a nuisance.
Devastating. I know. It's crazy. From that Zonias to that blood pool, and also the spell vamp.
Yeah, the spell vamps and the ultimates and his Hemoplague as well. Just healing and healing. And what's surprising for me is they're not building an Executioner's Calling on the
On
side.
the Vladimir. For the Vladimir.
Yeah, for the Vladimir. I mean, there's the Morellonomicon, yes, but Morellonomicon only works when the Vladimir has lower than 50% HP. The Executioner's Calling actually...
Per hit.
Yeah, is on the hit. The first hit that you connect actually does the Grievous Wound, as actually CPU Golden Lions is sneaking up his Baron. And I'm pretty sure that JBL knows that this is happening right now, so they use the True Shot Barrage to scout that out. And they use the Paranoia as well.
But unfortunately...
that's too late for Boss. He went into the pit, and good night. Too late, my friend. CPU locks down the Baron, and now they're poised to start pushing these lanes.
Now this Jax is just tearing this tower. He doesn't even mind.
He doesn't even mind the guy. Just using... Oh, this is 3v1 right now.
Oh,
He
the
gets away.
skill!
Unbelievable mechanics from this guy. Just...
What the hell just happened? He just jumped off.
His regression gets the kill. It's just unbelievable plays from Expedition. Oh, so much!
Oh my god!
He absolutely
Cancel.
destroys him! Wow!
So much speed.
Hecarim, so much speed right there. Running him off the map. Roadkill, my friends. And now...
I think this is it. I think this will...
This is it. Yeah, they have the Baron Vote. They have every single necessary tool they need to break these turrets. Two people, I don't think Ezreal will have enough damage to stop them.
And I think this is it. Good game. So much dominance has been shown. CPU Golden Lions are out for blood, and they will not back down
Yeah, they
from John
want
B. Laxon.
redemption from last time when They lost to JBL on the finals with Harder and of course the older teams from CPU, because CPU, that was Rick Arroyo's time and Joshua Harder's time as well. Now with a new revamp roster, the only practically everybody on the team is changed. I think Harder is sub now, but everybody else, the starting five, is not with the original CPU team from before. So lots of changes, and of course it's working out miraculous for them as they finally. I'm not saying that this series is over. There, at least we still have 1 or 2 more games, but after that showing that they had,
they proved superior dominance in this game. Like
Denzo.
Crazy, especially the plays coming from the Hecarim. Crazy, he's just everywhere.
Yeah,
and suddenly he just ganks on top, and then next thing you know, he's already at bot.
If I recall, I think Denzo is Kaido from I think it was Kaido before. He is really skilled as a player as well, and I do commend JBL for trying things out. They weren't always in the back pedal, but it's just the sheer amount of pressure the Hecarim has. They need to get a jungler who could clear fast as well. Something with the Hunter's Talisman. Natalia could match the Hecarim pretty well, to be honest, if you ask me, or something of that sort. You know, because Hecarim was able to impact the map earlier than the Nocturne. Nocturne needs to get to the level 6.
Level 6
I think that was how it all happened, and of course, just ban the Vladimir.
It was too
ban
late.
the Vladimir, ban the Jax, and you're good to go.
They're just stalling time for the Vladimir to get power up, and also the Jax, and also the mechanics and the play of this Jax is just insane. He got ganked 3-on-1, but still he escaped.
Yeah, and as we can see, here are the damage graphs right over here. Can we see the graphs on the statistics right now? Hold on. Yeah, these are the numbers. Could you click on the graphs on the top side near the victory? There it is. The damage graphs is
You
Jax
see,
is dealing
the
so much
Jax
damage.
is dealing so much damage.
So this is how it's gonna go down. I mean, just ban the Jax, ban the Vladimir, and try to get something more tempo-based for your jungler so that you could match the Hecarim, or take the Hecarim yourself, since they're gonna swap sides next game. So this will be our first game, concludes our first game of today, as we get back to you after this short break.
More, as I said, more explosive games coming right here on EAA.